It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens under the lights on Sunday night.
Get him going, baby.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are in. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got. Yes, they can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick in 2018 from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing now is Allen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. From the gun, it's Allen. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Allen. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this down to the 35. To throw, it's Allen. He'll buy some time right. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. To the air, Allen. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Here's Allen. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And complete, right side to Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Throwing is Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. Bulldozes past him. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A first down carry for Henry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Jackson now. A check down here for Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Now it's Jackson. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry from 4 yards out. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was finished off on a touchdown reception by Derrick Henry. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Shakir hauls it in. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's Allen to throw it. Completes to Shakir once again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Already, he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter. And he's got a first down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now Allen again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. Allen going to throw. And quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Allen now looks to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Bills. Khalil Shakir. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. Allen will try to throw for it. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Inside handoff, Henry. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. To throw is Jackson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, and his throw here's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now he's free at the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 57 yards. And the Ravens have regained the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes this a 14-8 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here's Cook again. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now Allen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on 4th down. They do go for it. Here's Allen. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick-6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Henry, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. He knocks it through, and he extends the lead to 21-8. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
Allen. And it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're going to try and throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Jackson. He completes it to Henry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens are able to add on to that lead. So what a start. It's not often you even get 3 possessions in a first quarter, but he now has 3 touchdown passes.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. To the air, Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills, touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. It's Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And that will cut this lead down to 13. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Zay Flowers and his offense about to begin their next drive. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances, and he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. A check down here for Henry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Jackson. And he's got it. Touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 44. The Bills on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he is going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Second down and 3.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to the ground, this time Cook.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Back to throw. Allen.
Shakir hauls it in. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
They'll run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Now it's Jackson, out to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Now Jackson.
He finds Bateman over the middle. Jackson to Bateman there, first down Ravens.
Now back to throw. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Tucker now for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
From midfield, here's Allen. It fights him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all. 4th down coming up as we reach the 2-minute warning.
Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on fourth. Allen going to go on fourth down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Up the middle, it's Cook. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That is caught. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Zay Flowers and the Raven offense back onto the field.
Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books because at that pace, this type of
That's caught at the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now it's Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry as the first half is winding down.
And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. Complete at the 1.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
That's caught. It's Flowers. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. So we've reached halftime in and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. The Ravens offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Rolling to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Running from the gun with Henry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. So from the 37, here's a second down and 9. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. Trucks over him. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal. Henry again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Allen looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down. When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Allen to throw once more. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10. To the air, Allen has his man. It's Shakir. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. Allen going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Touchdown, Bills. Curtis Samuel, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills get a bit closer. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
Bills 36.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. This will go to Henry out wide. Here's 2nd and 10. And a busy night for Henry continues. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Open man, that's Henry. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Complete. It's Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Henry up the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are pouring it on. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. To throw, it's Allen. Shakir hauls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Here's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And again, it's Allen. Right back to Cook for another completion.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Allen.
Goes to Shakir once again for the completion. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Now Allen. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Cook is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And all the way down to the 36-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Bills will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Here's Allen to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Over the middle, it's complete.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very...
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that.
And got his man complete. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Rashad Bateman,
31 yards.
And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Allen now looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 31-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 22, Allen eluding the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Allen. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And caught by Cooper. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. But that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
This one caught by his tight end, Andrews.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18. Now a handoff to Henry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Jackson now.
Out route, and this is Henry with a catch.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. On 3rd down, Henry. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar from 13 yards out.
And the Ravens add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. And that last touchdown pass not only puts 6 points on the board, it also puts his name into the record books for the most touchdown passes in a single game.
Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was capped by the touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 1.
That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Throwing now is Allen. It's caught by Coleman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Allen going to throw. Coleman has it here right side. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. To the air, Allen. This is Coleman with a grab. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Allen to throw once more. Completes it to Coleman. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive.
And Cook will get in for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Bills are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Here's Steven Sims on the return from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Zay Flowers and his offense about to begin their next drive.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw.
That's going deep for Bateman.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Bills will take over here just shy of the 30.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. This one complete to Coleman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Coleman.
Here's 3rd and a few inches.
Now Allen again.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 45.
He'll throw from the gun. Looking deep here for Flowers. And that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Jackson looking deep here for Flowers.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because
that's caught inside the 20. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. To throw again is Jackson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Coleman. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Coleman. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. And again, it's Allen. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. he's sacked. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To throw, it's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Now Allen. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop it.
Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit.
This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.